Welcome back to the morning show with John and Hugh. Mark Zinno in for John Fricke this morning. And joining us here in the Kia studios is Mr. Billy Payne. And, well, we can't credit you with bringing the Olympics to Atlanta. You were one of the pioneers, one of the forefront guys who helped get the 1990 Olympic Games here to Atlanta. And the 20th anniversary celebration is coming up Saturday, July 16th, along with the Georgia World Congress Center. You're bringing a bunch of the Olympic athletes back here to just, commemorate 20 years of the Games here. I'll let you talk more about it, but let's go back to 20 years ago and the Olympics coming here. What did it mean to you to get the Olympics here in Atlanta?
Well, I grew up in Atlanta. Of course, it's been my hometown now for a long time, and it was originally an effort to promote our community's desire to introduce itself to the rest of the world on a very large stage. And we believed at the time, continue to believe, that Atlanta is a very special community. We're kind of known for our southern hospitality, and yet we have this magical diversity that is so much appreciated by the rest of the world. So it was a great opportunity to showcase our community.
It's hard to believe that it's been 20 years since the Olympics have been here. I remember when I lived here, leaving when the Olympics was about to start, getting ready to go to training camp. What is one of your fondest memories about that time when the Olympics was here?
Well, it would have to be one single moment clearly would be Muhammad Ali and lighting the torch at the opening ceremony. Such a magnificent moment. In many surveys I've seen, voted right at the top of the greatest moments in American sport, and it was pretty special. So that would have to be there were a lot of good ones, but that would have to be number one.
Billy Payne joining us here in the Kia studios. Okay, so the event coming up Saturday, July 16th. How did this all come together? Who's going to be there? What can people, if they want to join in, look out for?
Well, we decided some time ago, about a year ago, that 20-year celebration would be a great thing to do. We're inviting back many of the great medal winners from our games. Janet Evans, who passed the torch to Muhammad Ali at opening ceremonies. Carl Lewis, voted the greatest Olympian of the 20th century. Amy Van Dyken, who won 5 gold medals here swimming. The Magnificent Seven gymnastics team, and a bunch of others. And to thank them for their contribution and to give the public, and principally our volunteers, all 52,000 of them, a chance to meet some of these great athletes.
Is there any shot we can get Kerry Strug to hop on one leg at any point in time
I'm not certain about that.
Okay, I was just checking. She was. For those who don't remember, Kerry Strug nailed that final vault that got the U.S. women's gymnastics team a gold medal 20 years ago. I mean, it's funny because there are a lot of places that host the Olympics, and after they go, the places where they're hosted almost kind of die off. Like there's nothing left. But yet Atlanta's still vibrant. There's still a lot of the Olympic remnants here in the city. Is that a good thing that we still have these things hanging around?
I think a good thing. We built 9 large sporting venues out of private funds, no taxpayer dollars. 8 of the 9 are still being used by their communities. Several of them have been expanded and enlarged even since the Olympic Games. So they continue to serve as a legacy, and we're very proud of that.
When you were putting this together and you asked some of the competitors to come back, was it hard to get them to be a part of this celebration?
No. So many of their greatest moments were here in Atlanta. They were thrilled to do it. And, the only complication we had was a couple of them had really young children that they couldn't leave, and so, but other than that, everybody wanted to come. It was quite gratifying.
Again, the event is free and open to the public, so you'll get a chance. Everybody can come and see all these great athletes. And have you talked to any of these athletes prior to them showing up? Because I'm just curious, what are they like 20 years later?
Oh, I've talked to a bunch of them. Most of them are still involved in sport. They give a lot of speeches. They go around encouraging sport. Many of them still own or operate training camps in their specific disciplines where they excelled, and they're still very active in the Olympic movement.
He's Billy Payne joining us here in the Kia Studios, Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. While I have you here, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you a golf question, because that's kind of what you do, right?
A little bit.
The Masters, obviously, again, a huge success this year. Takeaways from this year's tournament?
Well, we like drama at the end, but we prefer it when somebody comes from behind to catch the leaders as opposed to falling from the top. So very disappointing to see Jordan Spieth suffer the consequences of a bad shot on number 12. At the same time, he's won since then. He's going to continue to be a great star, and he'll have several more green jackets, I'm certain.
Yeah, and for Jordan, I mean, obviously playing at the Open right now, the question is, can he recover? I don't have any doubt that he will, but he was on such a fantastic run. It's one thing to lose. It's the way he lost, or I should say it's one thing not to win a major. The way he did not win this major was incredibly just gut-wrenching.
Well, gut-wrenching, but, boy, if anybody can deal with it, this man is an amazing, mature young man.
Billy Payne joining us in the Kia studios. As you watch the golf season go on, and you go through another season of this whole thing, it seems like Jason Day, Jordan Spieth, and Rory are the three guys that everybody has at the top of their list, but yet we find that there are other guys who are still, willing to challenge and get to the top. And it's not really like it was years ago where it was Tiger and everybody else.
It's a difficult and complex sport that's dependent on physical skills. A lot of emotional issues have to be dealt with. And, they have to come together at the right time in order to excel. For instance, you've seen Dustin Johnson of late. I mean, he's just been dominating. An incredible skill level, finally put together the other parts. How long he can sustain that, nobody knows, but I suspect this will launch him off to a great career.
And he's a guy who's had his fair share of blow-ups, to say the least, bad rounds, bad final days, and things of that nature. And again, Billy Payne joining us here in the Kia studios. Once again, the event, Saturday, July 16th, a Centennial Olympic Park celebrates 20 years of the Atlanta Olympics. Free, open to the public. And just run down the list real quick of people who we're going to see again one more time, please, sir.
Janet Evans, Carl Lewis, the Magnificent Seven, Amy Van Dyken, several of the boxers, 15 or 20 of the Olympic medalists from the American team.
I have a quick question about Tiger Woods.
Go ahead.
Do you foresee him getting back to the prominence that he was once at?
100%. I'm not sure the level of domination, but I've spent years watching Tiger on the practice tee and being able to compare his physical skills to those of some of the other players. And believe me, he's that good. And I suspect we're going to see another really positive run from Tiger in the future.
Billy Payne, thank you so much for your time this morning. Good luck with the event. I hope you have an awesome turnout. I know Atlanta won't disappoint. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.